super happy with this game of how I delivered the checkmate. Um, so just kind of a standard opening, defending our pawns, stuff like that. He goes for uh, trying to take my queen, so I block with my bishop. Uh, he doesn't take it. He moves his pawn up. Um, this is something I should have just taken. Well, it was defended by the knight. So what I was going to do is I was going to push this up and then take with the bishop, and then the knight would take the bishop back, and then I would take with the pawn. That's why I did that. But it just moves away, still defended by the bishop. I mean the knight, still defended by the knight. So I check him. Um, he moves a pawn, and then I have to go back to the defend because I was hoping he wasn't going to move the pawn, and I thought he was going to slip up and move the queen, and I would have just taken that. I guess it would have been a trade of queens. Um, so he takes, I take, he takes my bishop, I take, and then now he's kind of in a silly spot. So I move up here so that I can, like I just saw a window, an opening. He moves forward, I take the pawn, he moves to defend his checked king, I take the rook, check him again, he just moves back, and then I check him again with my knight, um, but I didn't see that his knight was defending the square, so I blundered my knight. And now my queen is kind of trapped in here, because if I take, he takes, if I take, he takes, uh, if I take, he takes, so if I go here, he goes here. So my queen is just kind of trapped at the moment. But that's okay. Eval bar shot up immensely there. Uh, so I go here to threaten his knight, because if he goes here and he takes with his king, then he's walking into checkmate. He can't do that. That's an illegal move. So he instead defends with his other knight, and then I check him. Moves a pawn forward, which sucks because if I were to take, nice defending, sucks, boo. So I move this forward so that I can just back up my pawn. He backs up his pawn. I go for a castle so I can get my rook into the fight, so I can try and do something like that. I do that, and then I just move forward because I want to be able to move it to the sides. He is threatening my other rook, so I just check him so he can't do that. So he moves to defend, and then I just take his hanging pawn because his knight moved away. Moves forward, I just capture and also deliver him a check. He moves, give him another check. He captures, I'm goofy, but I take his queen. Oh, actually no, yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, okay, I'll give him a check, he'll take, and then I get a free queen. Like, that's just so good. So I do that, and then here's where the engine started firing. I have him blocked off. Whoops. I have him blocked off here. So he can't move to any of these squares. Can't move to any of these squares. Can't move to any of these squares. And I was like, he can't move here because his pawn's here. He can't move here because my pawn. And I'm like, what do I need to do? And I was like, I know. I need him to not take this. And then, whoops. Get rid of it. Oh no. Okay. So these are blocked off. And I was like, I need to move my pawn forward, so I have to hope that he doesn't take. And then I move my pawn forward, blocking off this square. And then I deliver the checkmate with my knight. So he goes here, which is fine, because he actually didn't take my winning piece. This pawn was kind of pretty much my winning piece. Move it forward. He just moves his bishop. Here's the win. Checkmate. Sheesh. He looks so safe here. Just there's not a lot of like pieces around him. But oh, what a good little night check because all these are he just has nowhere to run. That's so cool. Nice. That was a good game. I blundered a lot, but whatever.